But I kind of want to walk you through what happened today, what you saw today. You said you're not an employee of Twin Peaks or Logan's, and that you were there as a customer, correct? What time did you get there?
I don't know exactly what time we got there because we left about, we left Fort Worth about 10:30,
And
11 o'clock I think we left. So I guess it was afternoon.
you left Fort Worth or you left Cleburne?
No, a friend of mine, this guy that I met a few weeks ago at Fort Worth Harley, he's about my age, and we had ridden a couple of times together. So since the weather was going to be nice today, I said they're having a COC meeting down in Waco.
Okay, so what's a COC meeting?
It's called Confederation of Clubs, and they talk about what legally is down in Austin, going through the Senate, like helmet laws and stuff like that. And I find that very interesting. So, since the weather was going to be nice, I said, let's just ride down to Waco, All right, so it was kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing.
How did you know about the COC meeting?
It was on the Suds of Butterfly website.
The Suns?
Suds, S-U-D-S.
Suds of Butterfly?
Suds and Butterfly.
Suds and, what is that?
It's a website where they post different bike events, whether it be at Longhorn Harley Davidson, Fort Worth Harley Davidson, various clubs will put them on, or charity events, and so that you know what's going on.
Okay, so you heard about the event, you left Fort Worth around 10:30 or 11, and drove to Waco.
Yes.
And so
we get here, and
you came on a bike.
Yeah.
Okay.
My bike's right. If this is the front, my bike is right here. And when we pulled in, James, I don't know his last name. I've only known this guy a couple of weeks.
He works where though?
I don't know where he works at. I met him at Fort Worth Harley. And we had a lot in common: cars, bikes.
So where did you meet James at this morning?
We met at the QT on 1187 and 35 in Crowley.
Why did you drive all the way back up to Crowley to meet him?
Because I live in Cleburne, so I just drive straight across. And and he lives in, I guess he lives in Fort Worth, because I never asked him where he lives. So he just came down 35, and we decided to meet at the QT. We had a cigarette.
At 1187.
1187.
Are you talking about the QT in Alvarado? Or are you talking about the QT up at Sycamore School or Everman Parkway?
Yeah, Everman Parkway.
So, but Cleburne, that's not a straight shot.
No, we were out for the ride. He said, let's meet at the QT, and I said, that's fine with me. I don't care.
So you left home earlier than that?
Yeah, I left the house about, it was after 10 o'clock, between 10 and 10:30, I guess, because obviously I didn't know how this day was going to end up. I wasn't on any time schedule.
So you met him, so y'all got here about what time?
It had to be after 12 o'clock, because we were on the bike over an hour at least, with traffic and everything, because we were in no big hurry, no time schedule. We were just going to go to the COC meeting, have a beer, ride back up north. That was the plan. And when we pulled in, there was other bikes that were in front of us, and James, he hadn't been riding very long. And when we came in, there was a bike here, there was me, and then there was James. It's kind of tough. Oh, and I had my full face helmet on, and I don't even know where that went. But the bike stopped, and the parking was off over on the patio side was over here, because I've never been here before. It was on the patio side, and you could see the sign that said bike parking. So everybody was in line to pull into the bike parking. And all of a sudden, I saw this guy in a black vest with bright yellow. It was a yellow collar. I didn't see anything on the back of it because he was like this. I could see his shoulder. He pulled out a gun and he shot this guy. I believe he was wearing a blue shirt. And I'm like, holy shit. James, he took his bike and he took off. I couldn't go anywhere because the guy that was in front of me just threw his bike down in front of me. Then another guy wearing the same kind of colored vest was about 10 yards behind him. And
he's like a yellow collared shirt or
no,
yellow on his vest?
It was a vest.
Okay.
It was a vest, and it was yellow around here, and it had yellow trim around it.
And to you, that is who?
Well, now I know who it is, but at the time I didn't know who it was.
Yeah, who is it?
Huh?
Who is it?
Well, now they say it was a Cossack. One of them was sitting next to me when they had us sitting on the curb, and he had the same kind of vest.
So you saw that guy pull out a gun
and shoot that guy.
Blue shirt, and that was where.
If this is the patio side, this is the patio side.
So this is the bar. This is the patio.
Right, and we were coming, and then the bike parking was over here on the other side here, and we were coming around this way to pull in here to park.
So the shooting was up in here.
Yeah, I'm 90% sure the guy that was on the ground here was in a blue shirt.
Okay.
But now, if you asked me if I could ID this guy, no, because all of a sudden everything started going crazy.
So you're trying to get into the bike parking when the shooting starts. What do you do after that?
Well, the first thing, all of a sudden, the bike went down in front of me. I can't go anywhere because I was going to pull out and leave. Honestly, I don't know if I just dropped my bike or if I put my kickstand down. Now I'm going the opposite way towards Cabela's. And I had my helmet still on, and I wasn't running very fast with it. So I took my helmet off, and I heard 2 bullets go over the top of my head. I'm a Vietnam vet. I know what a bullet sounds like when it goes by you. Now I'm trying to pick up the pace. And when there was cars parked, like carrying you up the pathway, like to get out, and I was trying to stay close to this side because of what was going. And I probably got about 20, 30 yards away when it sounded like automatic gunfire going off. There was so much bullets, and I had just taken off my helmet, and then there was a lot of bullets being shot. And then that's when I heard the 2 go over the top of my head. I got all the way to the back. At the end, there was like a driveway here, and then there was another set of buildings. And there was a blue truck that was right there. And I came around this way, and all of a sudden that window blew out of that truck. And then all of a sudden there was 2 sheriffs that were sitting there, and they made me get down on my knees and put my hands up on the side of the car. And then after that, I'm not going to say it calmed down, but it got quiet. There was no more gunfire. And I went over to this police officer, and I said, my bike is right up front. Can I have my bike? I didn't know what you guys do. And he goes, your bike is right up front. And I said, yes. And then he said, come with me. And then he took my driver's license, and that's how all this got started.
Well,
Did you know? Dodge Country is a USAA certified dealer for Central Texas. USAA members get special member discounts, including a $1,000 rebate on most Dodge and Ram models. So remember, USAA members can always buy for less in Killeen at Dodge Country.
9 bikers were killed, at least 20 were injured, and tonight we're seeing the violence unfold from the Twin Peaks parking lot for the first time. KCEN HD News reporter Rissa Shaw is here. Rissa, we're seeing the shooting from a whole new angle.
Yes, Nikki, we were the first media outlet in the country to bring you this video from a police dash camera, which appears to show several men hit by bullets after a fight breaks out between rival biker gangs over territory. In the footage, which we've been given permission to use, you can see the moment the melee begins between the Banditos and Cossacks, followed by gunfire, then bikers falling to the ground. While most of it is recorded at a distance, a warning, the video may still be disturbing to watch.
The video should have been released a long time ago.
A group of men lining up, allegedly waiting for a fight.
The video doesn't lie.
For the first time, we're seeing the whole thing from start to finish. The incident at Twin Peaks, which quickly escalated from a fist fight to a gunfight, allegedly over a parking spot. But some say it runs much deeper than that.
When I watch the videos, it's clear to me that the Cossacks were there to cause trouble.
Biker rights attorney Steven Stubbs has represented the Banditos organization in the past, but isn't this time around.
They're not allowed to defend themselves. I think that's a shame, and so I'm speaking up.
A gag order is preventing many on both sides from commenting on the Waco PD investigation still underway. But Stubbs isn't holding back, releasing to KCEN discovery materials, including new video he says he obtained from multiple media sources. He claims it shows the Cossacks weren't there for the political meeting most came for.
The Cossacks did not show up for a political meeting. They were brandishing weapons well before any violence happened. They surrounded the Banditos. When the Banditos drove up and tried to park, they were the first to show weapons. They were the first to fire shots.
Stubbs says the video doesn't just show who is guilty, he says it shows who's innocent, even highlighting heroes like Mohawk, a biker Stubbs says didn't belong to any club, who was shot on the ground.
He was a hero that was defending others, and he sacrificed his life to try to defend others from someone who was shooting people.
The video appears to show one biker shooting more people than the rest. You can see him calmly walking, allegedly taking his time to kill execution style. He gets off several shots before being taken down, allegedly one of the 4 bikers killed by police rifles.
Law enforcement could have certainly avoided this conflict completely if they really wanted to, because they knew the Cossacks were there. They knew the Cossacks were there to cause problems. But they didn't do anything. And so I think there's a lot of blood on their hands.
District Attorney Abel Reyna wouldn't comment on details of the video per the gag order, but his response to its release, "I'm not shocked." Something to note, even though Stubbs is placing blame on the Cossacks, they suffered the most losses. 7 of the 9 dead were their members. Stubbs says he would have produced the video earlier, but he had an agreement with the media sources who gave it to him not to release it until now. My sources tell me law enforcement is working on taking all of the videos from the shooting and layering them together to make a 3D recreation of the scene to cut through the chaos and show without a doubt who shot who, Nikki.